Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, what a move. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. On first down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. From the shotgun, Ryan dancing to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, Tuesday. There we go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Now it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So that throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline. careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Hey, gun. Ready, back 25. Ready, set.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Ryan now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Ryan. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are in for 6. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Gets past one man. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
DC. Orange.
Now a 1st down throw. Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 47 yards. Back home, it's the first carry for the former Georgia Bulldog, Gurley. Touchdown, LA! Todd Gurley, 30 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Zerline good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker, Deion Jones, for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak. 7-9 is actually better than I thought that they were finishing because of those 2 long losing streaks.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Ready, blue 80. Hey, sub. Ready to go.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams
protection, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Okay, partner, got to fit in some Super Bowl chatter here. We're going to have New England and the L.A. Rams, two teams that had to go on the road and win their respective conference titles.
And think about this. The Patriots, who went to 8 straight AFC championship games, back in the Super Bowl yet again, yet they believe they're the underdogs and feel like the whole world is against them. How did they get to adopt that posture? But it's working for them.
And remember, by the way, the Patriots, their first Super Bowl win was against the Rams back in their St. Louis days.
So a lot has changed for the Rams since then. And the Patriots, consistently the most successful team in the NFL. This is going to be fun.
A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And that one results in 35 yards. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, heck of a move. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Gurley, of course, was right in the mix for a rushing title, but he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. And surge of redemption from the pick 6. Gone. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
20.
Following the fumble recovery, so far after that last completion, 15 of 16. It's first down. Now Ryan. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Bryant's kick is good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They're going to go for it. It's gone. Flush to his right. He's letting it fly for, and it's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. On first and 10, Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going to the
have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero.
And he fires one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They run. It's Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt on that. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Another carry now for Gurley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The result, a 1st down as the quick slant gets him 14. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Rams have taken the lead here in the 4th. Zuerlein now for the PAT. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Gun, gun, gun. 280, 280.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. He's back to throw. And that'll be held in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out in a good one as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
14.
They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off
seconds to go in the football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Keeps himself upright. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tech McKinley in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The tackle there by John Johnson. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Freeman again. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. First throw in overtime now for Ryan. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 22. 20. 20. 12. Hey, wait. 21.
And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 54, South. 11. Back 25.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On first down, Ryan steps away to his left. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 4 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brooks Reed in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. Hopefully it comes right to him.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Second and 10 now. Ryan looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Throwing now. Ryan on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Ryan. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. For Baltimore, Charles, if you look back to this season, it was pretty interesting. They start 4-5. You think John Harbaugh may not be there. He's on thin ice. Joe Flacco's at quarterback. But then Lamar Jackson comes in, and everything changed. Their whole offense changed.
It certainly did because of the infusion of speed at the quarterback position. And throws the ball a little bit better from the pocket than maybe he got credit for. Has to get better at that. But I think people had to adjust because Joe Flacco as a quarterback, you knew where he would be every time. 3 to 5 steps behind center, you could go get it.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Jackson now escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for them. And the ball is knocked out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Now Ryan on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Ryan, complete over the middle to Hardy. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage.
That's changed.
They always that changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Throwing is Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time, and it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
All right, here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack, one goes for 20.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Hardy. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And this one is incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On first down, Ryan dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it?
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he rifles one incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wondered about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Hey, gun.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ready. You ready? Watch two. Here we go. Space. 41's coming. 41's the mic. Gun. Ready for nothing.
They're going on fourth down. It's Ryan. Looking deep for Hula. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
Let's go.
come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to let it go again. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent sign. He'll be grabbed from behind and slung down like a rag doll.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now he'll let it go deep left. Oh, wide open, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big-time third down play for the Ravens. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Tucker with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. That'll be taken in the end zone. A beautiful fake. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there in the game.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And he'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now it's Jackson. interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A very solid gain of 27.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Second and 10, it's Ryan again. Being chased out left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On second down, Freeman. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Jackson on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, 56 yards. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first down, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Hey, Tuesday. Gun. Left.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 56 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Going for the deep ball. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Ty Montgomery, 75 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Here's Coleman on the toss. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Good gain there on first down. That keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
21. Hey, South.
40 seconds to go in the game. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
22. Ready, blue 80. 21. Hey, Tuesday. Get up. Ready, set.
Here's Ryan. Flushed out right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Merlin. Cut. 180.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Cut. 20.
Second and 10. Goff again.
looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Get up! Let's go!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. It's Reynolds. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively.
And he's going to go down again. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Now Ryan on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the handoff, it's Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. First catch of the game for Cooks. first down. On first down, it's gone. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Gurley. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Derek Shelby takes him down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're running with Gurley. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. 17.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Steps away to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Goff on 3rd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that's up a first and goal. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Line 20.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw on second down is gone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Ready. You ready? Hey, gun. Let's go.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Ryan escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mark Barron. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
Julio Jones all alone. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ryan eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now it's Gurley. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill. just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Down to about the 22 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Again they run with Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.